Hello,
welcome
everybody.
to the. Go ahead.
No, you
go
got
ahead.
it, Mike. Please. You got it, Mike. Please. My voice sounds terrible.
I was like, you told me you wasn't feeling good. Oh man, welcome to the Voice of College Football, Ohio State post-game live. Man, Garrison is feeling under the weather, but he is still here. He won't be on screen, but he is still here. So shout out to Garrison.
I look like crap, Mike. I look like crap. I'm not gonna lie to you. I look like crazy. I look crazy right now.
Hey, well, other than that, man, how are you doing after this game? How are you feeling about the Buckeyes?
I mean, to start things off, look, it's a Big Ten win. It's the first Big Ten game of the year for the Ohio State. This rendition of the Ohio State Buckeyes. It's Julian Sands' first away game that he's playing on the road. I'm happy. I'm happy because at the end of the day, we got the win, and I think the better part about it, Mike, for me personally, just overall as I look at it, it looks like and I think you would agree with this. I had a few people that disagree with me on this, but on X, it looks like Ryan Day is calling the plays, and it looks like he's being very, very bland. And we can talk about that more, and I'm sure we will. And then I mean, look, Mike, I told you about this. I was going to bring this up because I want to. You asked me a question the other day in the space. You asked me, do I believe this defense is better than last year's? Months ago, maybe like probably 3 months ago, me and you talked about this. We talked about potential of it happening. My answer to you the other day was, I'm not ready to say that yet. Mike, this defense is much better than last year's.
Yeah. I told you, this is the year of the Twitch monster. Hey,
yeah,
it's for people who know me, they know it was very hard for me last offseason going into the 2024 season to just not talk about all of the Twitch monsters that were going to be playing this year. And now you get to see them. I posted a tweet and said, hey, where is all of the Caden Curry haters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because people were saying, I don't think that he's that. That's why we went and got Bo Atkinson. Well, is Bo Atkinson going to play more than Caden Curry? And I said, it's kind of crazy that when he was a freshman, we even used this guy on the offensive side of the ball. This guy has always found his way around the football since he's been a freshman. I mean, to just think that he won't be around the ball even more with him on the field even more was crazy. And as you see, Caden Curry just has a game, and it's just beautiful to see.
Yeah, I during the game, I think it was like sometime near the mid third quarter, I tweeted out about Julian Sands. I said, I think that. And shout out to my guy Juju. He said I was coping on this. I was like, no, this is how I honestly feel. Mm-hmm. Ryan Day feels as though he can call the game the way he's calling it because he has a quarterback who's stupid accurate, and he's not going to put the ball in harm's way. I mean, right. Julian Sands, man, you watch him, he's poised, he's cool, calm, collected. In the space at halftime, Mike, you actually said this. I think it was you that said this, and you were talking about how he wasn't like that crowd did nothing to him, and like there was a few times in the broadcast when they focused in on Julian. I could look at like you know when you can look in a guy's eyes, Mike, you could tell if he wants it or he doesn't want it. Like when I watched the Ohio State Texas game before the game started, I looked in Arch's eyes and I said, "Oh, he's not ready." I can look at Julian's eyes during this game and say, he's fine. He knows what he's seeing out there. And Ryan Day has talked about it. He said since week one, when Julian comes to the sideline, he knows what he saw and he can explain the decision he made and why he didn't make another decision. and he also knows what he did wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And no, I mean, if we can start with the offense here. I mean, if we can start with Julian. Again, man, he was awesome. If someone were to look at the stat sheet, someone could surmise that Demond Williams played better than him, but he didn't. He didn't. And mind you,
why would anybody? I mean, I think Julian had more yards than him, and Julian actually was able to get in a touchdown.
yeah.
Also, Julian had less sacks than him as well, and I believe Julian also had more rushing yards than him. So, I mean, if anybody says Demond is better than Julian Sain or had a better game than him, they obviously didn't watch it. They're just trying to look at one part of some stats.
And I'll tell you what, and by the way, I do this what you want, everybody. Julian Sain averaged more yards per carry than Demond Williams did. And I want to actually, I want to stick off Julian for a second, man, because, and I guess you can kind of like give some credit to Ryan Day to an extent on this, because Ryan Day has told plenty of his quarterbacks, if not all of them, do not run. It's early in the season, and Julian, man, like, everybody, for some odd reason, Mike, people thought that he was a statue. He can run like he's not like, he ain't Lamar Jackson. I mean, hell, Mike, he's not Navarro from Ohio. Julian Sain can get down the field with his legs. He can do that, and it was really I was really happy to see that tonight or today.
Yeah, I was definitely glad to see Julian Sain, be able to escape the pocket, run when it was necessary, those type of things. I mean, Julian Sain he's Cali cool. A lot of people was talking about. A lot of people were talking about the crowd. We're talking about Julian Sain, oh, he might be rattled. But one thing that we have seen, I'm gonna tell you why I didn't believe it. I watched Julian Sain sit in the pocket in the Texas game, get hit, or not sit in the pocket. He was scrambling to his right, knew he was about to get hit by a big defender, and he sat there, threw the ball accurate to Carnell Tate to get us down the field. Like, I'm not worried about this dude. Then here's another thing that I was talking to people about and that I talked about in the space. Everybody wanted to talk about Washington and the environment and everything. And you could see people who were there at the game was posting videos and all of that. It was so much red. And I tried to tell people.
Yeah. Oh, no, Washington fans saw that, Mike. Washington fans saw it.
Ohio State fans travel very well, and we have a great presence on the West Coast. These were just facts. And people didn't want to believe it, man. So shout out to the Buckeyes for always traveling well. I saw my guy Dev out there as well, man. So shout out to the Buckeyes who went ahead and did that. Also, like we were saying about Julian, man, I just believe I even saw Julian seemed a little pissed off out there, and I like that. I like that fire in him. And go in that huddle, get that fire in them guys. Because I definitely put out a tweet that Philip Daniels probably need to be doing. Him and Edric Houston need to be on that Coach Boone diet. Up downs until you throw up.
So, Mike, you know me pretty well, Mike, and I have no problem with I'll just read this. So shout out to our guy Cam Truther Vandross over at X Truther_Vandross for you guys that you guys should go follow him. He messaged me during the game, and shout out to my man Cam. He said, "You might be able to cook a little bit." and he's right. And I did express him. I said, there were some things, we had a very heated discussion, everybody in a space. Now, and I said I wanted to see our run defense, and mind you, I thought our run defense was awesome today. I saw what I needed to see, Mike. Mind you, that long run that Jonah Coleman got, there was a hold on Caleb Downs that was not called.
It's a disputed as whether it was a good hook or not, but I feel you.
I told a lot of Ohio State fans, Mike, this game was not going to be easy. I originally I said the game would be 30-20. Of course, I was wrong on that because Mike, you were very adamant on this, Mike. You did not see them scoring 20 points. You were completely right. No,
crazy.
Mike, you were complete. It was crazy, and you're completely right about that. You were completely right about that. At the same time, do I think I would say I was right. Do I believe our run game was that good? No, but I do want to point by. There's a caveat to me being right on this because I think I'm not completely right on this. All week I said Bo Jackson needs to get the ball at least 15 times, and he did. Bo Jackson is it's not close. It's not close anymore. He is the best running back at Ohio State. And I think that it would behoove of our coaching staff to understand that you have Maurice Clarett, you have J.K. Dobbins, you have your Beanie Wells. That's what you have back there as a true freshman. Give him the ball. Mike, that kid's he has the potential, Mike, to be the next great Ohio State running back. I really believe that.
I mean, I tried to tell you guys about my Cleveland guys, man, and y'all just think I be saying this about Cleveland just because I'm from there, man. But it's different. It's different. And so, shout out to Bo Jackson. He was getting those hard fought yards, but yeah, there needs to be a discussion about the running back room and the rotations. I am glad that Bo Jackson got majority of the carries.
Mm-hmm.
A lot. And to what you were talking about what we were talking about in the spaces, here's the thing. I think that this game, if Ryan Day did not go into this with the mindset of, hey, let's go out here and play the Texas game plan and still put Julian Sand on a leash, because it's like when you extended the leash of Julian Sand, our offense looked better. And I was not expecting them to have Julian Sand on the leash in the first half. Also, we didn't really get that many possessions because, shout out Brandon Ennis. He bounced back from it, but he had the fumble, which kind of killed some momentum, allowed Washington to go down there and get a drive.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, brother. I thought it was hilarious because I think it was Cam that said this in the space at halftime, but like he cooked on that punt return too. That's why I was so angry about it.
He did, but I mean, here's the thing: this happened under Urban Meyer, right? We had a player fumble under Urban Meyer. One thing that Urban Meyer said is if a guy is giving good effort and making plays, I'm not going to fault him for that. I mean, now, do you want a guy to fumble? No, you don't. But, I mean, like you said, we've been asking, hey, when are we going to see Brandon Ennis cook? Now, we need to see him secure that ball, hold on to that ball, but we did. We got to see him cook. We got to see a little bit of wiggle out of Brandon Ennis. That's what we've been asking for or whatever. So we know it's there. Now no one can say it's not there. And I thought he looked good in the passing game as well. So –
in the last few weeks, there are a lot of plays that Julian missed where Brandon is clearly open. The fumble's a fumble. We all know that happened. But outside of that, I thought Brandon Ennis played a great game today. He got open. When he got the ball, he made things happen. He furthered our drives. I'm actually really proud of him today because when you fumble the ball out and like, man, like, if you play football, man, you've been there, man. When you fumble that football, it gets to you. It can really get to you. But when after that happened, though, man, Brandon continued to make plays. He continued to get open and continue to run awesome routes and do what he does. And when Cardinell, I don't really know. I don't really know if Cardinell's being taken off the game. I think a lot has to do with play calling. I think a lot of that has to do with Julian not looking his way. Of course, we saw most of the game that Jeremiah was double teamed, but that opened the middle of the field, and he took advantage of it.
Yeah. I started this in the chat. Jam just said they sent out defensive players for the first 2 interviews. Which, to be honest, I have no issues with, man. The offense, they need to talk. They need a come to Jesus meeting. And I honestly believe, like, here's the thing. As a wide receiver, the caliber of wide receivers that we have, right? This is my issue with what the play calling is. These wide receivers came to run the type of offense that they got to say Chris Olave run, Garrett Wilson run. All of those guys get to run that type of offense. And I feel like just putting Julian Sand on the leash, the conservativeness, that's not what these guys came out here to play with, man. And I know some people was like, oh, we don't got to show everything against every team. And I'm like, we shouldn't have to show everything against every team for us to throw the ball and push the ball downfield. How do you feel about that?
Yeah. Say that last part again. That last part.
I don't feel we have to show everything to push the ball downfield, throwing the ball.
No, we don't. We don't. And again, one of the things I took away from that Texas game was that it looks like Ryan Day has now become comfortable with just winning in any possible way. He can care less now.
Right.
And then when I see this game, where Ryan Day, he clearly knows he has the talent advantage, he has the coaching staff advantage, he has every advantage in this game. I don't think Ryan Day feels as though he really needs to open anything up.
Mm-hmm.
I truly feel that way. And then and this has happened in every single game so far this year, where they'll bring out some a well schemed play, whether it be in the run game or in the pass game, and it works out very well. And sometimes you just want to put that on tape. But yeah, I agree with you, Mike. No, Day doesn't feel like.
I mean, here's my thing. They would always tell us, we should be getting 250 receiving, 250 scoring. I mean, rushing. We ain't even do that.
Yeah.
So that's my issue, man. I mean, I think that it should be a lot better. And it can be a lot better. And I just feel like we have the horses. Like, I understood why we kind of switched to this, because we would see, Marvin Harrison and Emeka, right? We saw them get dead legs later on in the season. But you have a Mylan Graham sitting back there. You have a Bryson Rogers sitting back there. I don't believe if you're gonna let these guys play and run these guys, I think that those guys are serviceable to at least get in.
I agree. Last week when Bryson Rogers got in the game, mind you, for those that don't know, Bryson Rogers is probably one of the faster players on the team. He's one of the fastest players on the team, and but he made a really great catch last week. Now I think we probably could have rotated more in this game. I think at the wide receiver unit. Real quick, I want to read this real quick. Shout out to my guy Juju. He's talking about Julian Sand here. He says, impressed by his poise, not impressed by his QB ability. I'm gonna stop right there. I want to break. I want to break this. I want to break this comment down. When you say his QB ability, if you want to talk about Julian Sand's arm strength, we can. I have no problem with anybody talking about that. Outside of that, if I talk about his poise, if I talk about the way he navigates the pocket, if I talk about the fact that he knows when to throw the ball away, if I talk about the fact that he probably has the quickest release in college football, which is a sack negator. If we talk about the fact that he gets to his reads really fast, if we talk about the fact that he doesn't put the ball in harm's way, I don't know what you're not impressed by his QB ability. Then he says he's surrounded by incredible talent. So is every Ohio State quarterback in Ohio State history.
Julian Sand was not the issue in this game, bro. If anybody is trying to judge Julian Sand too hard on this game, you obviously did not watch the full game, right? And also, when you have your coach sitting there saying that we're going in there with the same mindset that we went in there with Texas, what did we do against Texas? We played trestle ball. What did we just do against Washington? We played trestle ball. This is not your normal Ohio State offense that you are seeing. This is not normally what we do. Obviously, this is what they want to be conservative. And honestly, here's the thing. Julian has looked good in this conservative offense, right?
Yes.
There's a quarterback.
Yes.
There's a quarterback that's playing tonight who has not looked as good in the conservative offense as Penn State has said. That they have been conservative against their cupcakes. But he still has looked a little rough against those cupcakes. So, I mean, my thing is, man, y'all coming at the wrong quarterback. Let's have some real takes.
Again, I just want to remind everybody about this with Julian saying he's currently the most accurate quarterback in college football, and he's also 9 for 9 on passes of 20 plus more with an average of 41 yards per touchdown coming to this game. Julian is just not. There's a lot. Like if I want to pick holes in my own team, Julian saying is one of the last things I'm ever going to get to.
Right.
One of the last things we're getting to.
Yeah, I need discipline from Edric Houston, and I need discipline from Phillip Daniels and Tegra.
Mike, before we got on here, you were talking about our O-line, specifically Luke Montgomery. What'd you see out of him today in our O-line?
I saw Luke Montgomery throwing boys to the ground, pancaking him, man. But it wasn't just Luke. It was the trenches, man. And, one thing I hate to see injuries happen, but our guys were just mauling, man. And that's something that you want to see, right? You want to see your guys maul in the run game, mauling in the pass game, and they were just pancaking guys, like it was good to see. And a lot of people, had questions about our offensive line and could they hold up? I don't have those type of questions. To be honest, it looks like they're getting better and better each week, which is what we said, right?
Yes. Something else that you've said plenty of times over the last few months, especially the offseason, Mike, very athletic offensive line, as you said plenty of times. I'll tell you what, man, their pass pro, outstanding. Washington was coming in this game with 6 sacks. They led the nation in pressure without blitzing. That didn't show today. And mind you, let's be honest, everybody. Ohio State, first drive of the game, they don't get a touchdown. Brandon Ennis fumbles on the punt return. That's another possession gone. The game could have looked different. It could have. And a lot of the things that happened, there's coaching you can look at. There's guys didn't make some plays. That's just the truth of the matter. But man, that offensive line, man, is just it's one of the top 5 in the nation.
Yeah. Now on that, the first 4th and 1 that we went to get, right? Jelani everybody was saying Jelani got smacked, clogged the hole up. But as a running back, and Garrison, you know this, as a running back, you have to get low behind your pass. There is no reason, even though Jelani was on the ground clogging it up, there is no reason a running back should get stood up. Your job is to get low and get behind your pass where you're always falling forward. That was the great thing that everybody talked about, Zeke. That's the great thing about those type of running backs. When you're able to fall forward, you're not going to fall forward when you're running, standing up. He's running like a tight end. And I'm kind of a little disappointed in Coach Locke right now because I figured that would be coached out of him. Or if it's not, why are you putting this guy on 4th and 1 knowing that he got to run behind his pads and he's not doing it?
I have more trust in James Peoples on 4th and 1 than I do C.J. Donaldson.
Yeah, and honestly, I'll say this. I feel like Bo Jackson always got us down the field, but then we end up rewarding C.J. Donaldson with the touchdown. And it was like, bruh. Like, Bowden did all this work. Like the 3rd and, it's like 3rd and 17. Bo got all them 17 yards. What we do? Here, come on, CJ. Let's get you a touchdown.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right here. Bo Jackson, 17 carries, 80 yards, long of 16. C.J. Donaldson, 9 for 39, touchdown, 11, long of 11. The James Peoples only had 3 carries today for 10 yards, long of 5. So I guess he didn't have a great day. He had some receptions, I believe, but yeah, he had 3 receptions for 16 yards. Yeah, Mike, you talked about this at halftime. As a running back, and like you said, Mike, like that position, I really love that position. My dad played it. He taught me how to play. Like I there's a lot of things that go into playing that position. A lot of it's instinctual, but you can't run high. You can't open yourself. I mean, yeah, he's a big guy. I've seen a lot of big running backs, tall running backs, run low. Yeah, exactly. There you go. There you go, Mike.
I love the position too,
Mike. Like we're both in our 30s, right? In Pee Wee, one of the first things you learn, the lower man wins. C.J. Donaldson needs to learn that, and if he can't learn that, then maybe he can be tight end 5.
Pull back.
If he can't learn that, maybe it's time to get West on the field. You can't run like that. And what sucks about that is he getting yards? Yeah, but when it counts, is he? No. So, and yeah, I was upset. I was upset the fact that they took Bo out after that run, knowing that he got us down the field.
Yeah, man. I definitely would like to see other running backs other than just the 3 that we're having. I mean, obviously, I would like to see Bo more and more and more. But I mean, it was good. And also got to speak on JJ, man, giving the spark, scoring that touchdown before half, and then also coming out of half, giving that offense some life and some juice as well, man. So shout out to JJ. And it's just that's just what I was saying. First half, we just allowing stuff. We not being like, come on, man. Like, if we're moving JJ around and have to do something in the slot and we're showing something, like we don't have, like, we're really showing everything if we put JJ in the slot. Come on, man. Like what are we doing? So we could have been moving JJ around, getting him going. We should have been getting him going a lot more in the first half, and that's just my thing. We could do better with that.
So. Yeah, and Mike, after we spammed JJ after halftime in that first drive, and there was that one, I think it was like his third catch, second or third catch. It was on an out route, maybe like 6 yards or so, but he got pumped up after that play. It's only 6 yards, but he got pumped up because he's like, "Yo, yeah, man, give me the ball." What's the name of Keyshawn Johnson's famous book?
Wow.
Give me the damn ball.
That man came to play the offense that he watched Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson play in, bro. These people did not come to play in this type of offense.
Nah, I'm right.
Come on, man. All this, like, Ryan Day, bro. Like, Ryan Day is always. Here's the thing. I know we wouldn't show everything because Ryan Day, every single day on Sundays, you know what he's going to do? He's going to be drawing up plays.
Yeah.
Every Sunday. Like, this man, if he's watching an NFL game, you know what he's doing? Drawing up plays. He's always drawing up plays, bro. So I'm not worried about what are we gonna show, man? Come on, man. Like, y'all act like we weren't throwing bombs over Baghdad in 2019 or whatever, even when we had a top-ranked defense, right? And then we started showing something different in those playoffs as well. Our tight ends was getting loose. We was like, whoa, we using the tight ends this playoffs? Whoa, right?
Yep.
So I don't want to hear the excuse of everybody using the excuse on the timeline talking about showing everything. But let's get to the defense, bruh.
Yeah.
Let's get a commercial in.
Yeah, and before we do that, a few messages here from the voice of college football. Get your business, product, service, or personal brand to the next level by partnering with the Voice of College Football, and let's discuss how you also can reach your target market. The Voice of College Football is a growing network with a large following, So let's find out how we can help you grow with us. Check out the experience of one of our current partners, that being Win Agency, posted here on the screen. And just like them, we're here to deliver for you. Contact us at sponsorships at vocfb.com. Again, that's sponsorships at vocfb.com today.
College football is even more exciting when you've got some action on the line, and the games are even better when you're cashing in. And the Voice of College Football is the place to be to get the greatest value. Start with my picks. 75% against the money line, 58% against the spread, and I've got a 40-plus year track record. 11-0 in the college football playoff for me last year against the money line, 8-3 against the spread. And I'm just the warm-up act. Steve Merrill of Wager Talk is our ace in the hole, show stopper. 7 years with the Voice of College Football, over 30 years in the industry. Steve gives us analysis on all the big games, but you can't miss Steve's weekly under-the-radar pick. 28-12 against the spread the last 3 years. You also get picks from some of our top analysts here at the Voice of College Football, including Corey Bratta, Matt Zemek, and Steve Dace. Check out those numbers. Become a YouTube or Patreon member for just $99 per month. Go to the main channel on YouTube, click join, and then select the betting tier. Do the same thing on Patreon. Make 2025 a winner now.
And speaking of that, everybody, if you haven't already, go ahead and check out our partners over at Novig, where you spend $5, get 50 in our select states right here that you see on the screen. Of course, if you did pick Ohio State to cover today, like I did, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I saw the line going down to, I mean, it got as low as 7.5 at some places.
Fool's gold.
Yes, it was, and I was completely sure that Ohio State was gonna. Well, I had 10 points. I was very confident we were gonna. It wasn't enough. It just wasn't. It just wasn't. But
bro, Vegas be finessing folks, man. Everybody's like, man, Vegas knows something we don't, man. The line going down for a reason. You know, they got this win streak over there in Washington.
What was it, 22
like,
games? Well,
yeah. Hey, who they play other than their rival Oregon? Because that's a rivalry game, so we're not even gonna count that. Who have they played? Any top 3 teams?
Nope.
Any. So what are we doing?
Before we continue here, man, I'm gonna read some of these comments real quick. Shout out to David Sobel. I graded the game a B because we have mistakes that are correctable. I agree with that right there. James Risvold said, I graded the game a D. Hey, hard grader. Hey, listen, hey, if you're a hard grader, bro, I ain't mad at you. You know, you got your expectations. Shout out to Ronald Clarity. He goes, Caden Kerr was balling tonight. And we can stop right here because, like you said, Mike, let's get to the defense, and I think that's where we need to start is with that guy.
Facts.
Coming into the season, I was confident in Caden Curry because whenever I saw him on the field for 3 years, from his freshman to sophomore, junior year, he always made plays, especially on special teams. And if you make plays on special teams, I have confidence that you can do it in the game because clearly, like, special teams are important too. But man, let me look at this here because I want to make sure and we're gonna talk about another defensive lineman, of course. 11 total tackles, 9 solo, 3 sacks, 5 tackles for loss. Mike, this is some people when they hear this, Mike, it might sound crazy. That's one of the best games I've ever seen out of defensive lineman in Ohio State history in my lifetime. That's one of the best games I've seen out of an edge player in Ohio State history. 9 solo tackles on 11 total, 3 sacks, 5 TFLs. Man, what do you think about Caden Curry today?
You seen Chase Young go back to back, forced fumbles and all of that with the straight.
I said one up. I said one up.
Okay.
Mike, you know I can. I
didn't hear that part. My bad.
You know I say crazy shit sometimes. Come on.
But yeah, man. I mean, to be honest, I'm not shocked, man. I did see them. I posted in the group chat when I saw Caden Curry dropping in coverage. I'm like, I don't want him dropping in coverage. Hey, go get that quarterback. Man, I wasn't worried about Caden Curry. And I mean, Caden Curry just making plays. And we were talking as well off the air about Caden Curry. And what round do people? I want to know. Let me know in the comments. What round in the NFL do y'all think that Caden Curry will go? Some people are saying 5 or 6, but if this man keeps playing like this, bro, he's gonna definitely at least 3rd round minimum, man. I like what Caden Curry is doing. He just got to keep it up, and I think that the more and more starting reps he continues to get, he continues to look even better.
Yeah, Caden
something
Curry,
about
like,
them game reps. Damn,
man,
something about them game reps.
When you watch him, his hands are awesome. And on a few plays, they put him at nose tackle. And we've talked about this before, actually, Mike, early in the offseason, where because of the size of our defensive ends, you can move him inside. Caden Curry played a lot of this game inside. Not a lot of the game, but he played a couple snaps inside, and I thought was really awesome. But I completely just he's the best defensive end on the team. And mind you, I do want to
sure.
And I do want to like there was some play like Kenyatta Jackson was awesome today. Kenyatta was great today. And then
I wouldn't say great because there's a couple times where he got out of his gap and things like that. So
yeah, that's right. Mike.
I mean, but I will say that he finished the game very strong, especially like when we needed him. So shout out to him on that. But the other defensive lineman, that was just a force all game, which it seems like offenses just don't know what to do. You put a double team on them, it don't matter. Caden McDonald, man, this dude just continues to make plays. He got 2 sacks. He got 3 tackles for loss as well. 7 total tackles with 4 solos. I mean, he just continues to just be a force. Love what K-Mac continues to do. And I mean, a lot of people were kind of worried. How is he going to be? How is his stamina? Things like that. Larry Johnson got that boy right.
Ohio State fans, I'm going to say something. I want you to know, I don't feel good saying this, but it needs to be said. Caden McDonald will not be in Columbus next year. He won't. He's one of the best defensive tackles in college football. There's a lot of other guys that are out there. He's playing like he could possibly be the best defensive tackle in college football. And a lot of people, shout out to him. He lost some weight. He's around what 320, 330 was it, Mike? Yeah, 330.
Give me the line.
But the way he moves at that size is not normal. Caden McDonald is just. He's the best defensive lineman on this team, and I think that's clear cut. But doggone it, man, I love seeing Ohio State getting pushed up front in the middle. I thought that Tom Malone, he put in some good snaps. I thought Edric had some good snaps. And by the way, speaking of Edric, that wasn't a penalty worth call.
Okay, I guess I missed it. I didn't see it on the replay or whatever, but I guess I got to see it.
Yeah, I saw it, Mike. They were holding each other by the grab each other's jerseys, and then Edric is the bigger dude. He shoved him off. It looked like a punch. It should have been called, but no, I thought that. And mind you, Mike, I talked about a few days ago about the run game of Washington. I thought it was pretty good. I still think it's pretty good. I think Ohio State's just too damn good. I'm going to ask you, Mike, how many teams do you think can hold Washington to 6 points in the Big Ten?
How many teams?
Do you think can hold Washington to 6 points? I'll tell you how many.
Maybe 2.
1.
1.
Maybe.
I think 2.
Who's the other one?
I think 2, but because it's a rivalry game, maybe not.
Oh, Oregon. Okay. That's what I thought. Okay.
Because here's my thing. Because here is my thing. At the end of the game, when Washington had to throw the ball, the offense looked completely like crap, right?
Shout out to Matthew Miller.
So here's my thing. That's why I was like, why not Ryan? Why is Ryan Day not going bombs over Baghdad? Go down here, score, force them to play your game. Don't play.
Yeah.
We were playing their game, and I feel like Oregon's the type of team. If they get up on them early, and then you forcing, them to go away from their bread and butter, which is the running game and the quarterback run. I think that you talking about guys like Mateo and the linebackers they got. I think they'll eat against Washington, especially they ain't got no O line and no more.
Oh no, that O line is shattered. They lost a left tackle in the game. Right. So Jonah Coleman, 13 carries, 70 yards. Half of his 70 yards came off of one carry. So if I do some quick math,
34.
Yeah, 12. So outside of that long carry, you're talking 12 carries for 36 yards. Muhammad, 3 carries for 13, long of 5. Damon Williams, 18 for 22, 173, but it wasn't effective. And 13 carries, and this isn't sack adjusted, negative 28 yards. With a long of 10. His longest run was 10 yards, which I think is a great job by Ohio State.
Yeah. And I also believe that, Washington kept talking about Denzel Boston. But I believe we pretty much held him in check for majority of the game. He had 3 catches, 26 yards. I mean, we let their little freshman, get. And to be honest,
we didn't take advantage of that, Mike. Defense. We didn't take advantage of that.
I just feel like, I want to ask you guys in the comments, do you feel that you are worried about Ohio State's defense in pass coverage, right? I personally don't. I just feel like we was kind of sitting back there and just making sure that we took their bread and butter. We didn't care. We knew once we got in the red zone, you couldn't do anything with us. It was literally, to me, trestle ball. Bend but don't break. So I have no issues with it. I think, like I said, I think Matt Patricia is really good, and we saw him dialing stuff up. Honestly, we probably could have had more time to go down and score again, but they caught the stuff, like you said, on Edric Houston. We should have been getting off the field right then and there. But it is what it is, man. I mean, to be honest, it was a good game, considering the play style Ryan Day chose to go with. I think we still did good. And what do they say, man? Good teams win, great teams cover. So.
Oh, for sure. And we more than covered this game. Arvell Reese, again, awesome on the field, flying around. There were a lot of times when he spied Damon Williams, and Damon looked like he thought about running that ball. And then he saw that freak in the middle, just watching him.
Well, I would say that it was the first hit from Arvell when he did that. See, here's the thing. Like, me and Terry, I know I didn't get to watch film with Terry, but I watched film by myself. I know Terry, me and him talked about this. And one thing that Terry had talked about was like the linebackers that they were going against, it's like their feet were in cement, right? So when he went to the outside and met Arvell Reese and tried to do the little foot chop that worked on all of those slow linebackers or whatever, it didn't work on Arvell, and Arvell just threw him down. So then you start seeing them when they converging on him. What are you doing? Going down. And that's exactly what I wanted. I said, once he take that hit, he's not going to want to run. So, I mean, shout out to Matt P. Shout out to the defense. And again, that's another guy Buckeye fans just enjoy. I am so sorry that we only get 1 year to see Arvell Reese like this, but we got some other dogs, man. We got some other dogs coming, and some other. I still
can't believe that, Mike. When you told me that,
man, bruh. Oh, if you don't know that insider, what Garrison is talking about, Garrison thought that he was a true sophomore. He didn't know he was a true junior.
And I was like really upset, like sad.
I told you, bro. It makes no sense. It makes no sense
No,
for
because
why he
Mike, when
should
I
have
watch
never. He didn't get on the field last year.
Mike, when I watch him, I feel like I'm watching one of the best Ohio State linebackers in my lifetime. That's why I'm mad.
It makes no sense. Like I said, bro. Like you got to play the best guys. The favoritism, all of that. Like that's why I was saying. I always go back to Raekwon McMillan. The way that they did with him was amazing, and he was a
Yeah.
freshman. You know what I'm saying? And it's like we have these things in the history books. Just go look at, okay, we got a freak linebacker. What do we need to do? What do we do the last time we had a freak linebacker? Oh, we did this. Okay, let's make sure we do that and we do it a little bit better. How hard is that?
And Mike, real quick to go back to something you were talking about, I forgot to talk about this with you. You brought up the our coverage. Look, man, I got nothing to say about those guys back there. Lorenzo has to play better. He has to play better. And look, a lot of people were on his case, for the last two games. I do want to remind people, go back and watch that Texas game. He played awesome. He was locked up. Now I will say he's still a really good tackler. He's a hard hitter. Don't get me. That's what I know a fact about him. But I mean Davis.
He made that dude take a knee, and I will say he needs to get a little bit. He needs to get lower on those tackles or whatever. But I mean, to be honest, I had no real issues with him out there. I mean, here's the thing: when you're a DB out there, you're going to get beat a couple times. That's why a lot of people don't like playing DB.
Yes, sir.
You're on the island, and I forgot what coach. I was watching this coach speak on it the other day. Oh, it was the defensive coordinator from the team that played Thursday. But he was speaking on how his cornerback just kept getting picked on and those type of things, right? And he's like, look, he was like, you guys keep talking about this. And he was like, that's the thing about DBs. They're on the island. You see that's a highlight. But I'll probably go on film and see how many times my guys got cooked. The guy probably got cooked over 5 to more than he did. But you're not going to see that because it's not a highlight play. That's the whole thing about if you're going to be playing this game, it is what it is, man.
So, special teams.
Yeah.
The only highlight of it is Jaden Fielding. Outside of that, right? Kick coverage gotta be better. Special teams just has to be better. I'm not gonna it just has to be better than this. And what I will say is that one of the few things I think Ryan Day has not done better than Urban Meyer is that Urban always has special teams ready and on point at all times. And let me know if I'm wrong. Wasn't Urban the special teams coach, or he spent a lot? Yeah, he was. And so I think that's an area where Ryan Day he needs to put more focus on them. What do you think?
I mean, there's some things that you can clean up, but I thought special teams wasn't really bad. I mean, Aaron Scott made 2 big plays on the kickoff for whatever, stopping what's his name, Muhammad, back there, especially like the last hit.
He's a crash out kid.
Smack that dude. And to be honest, Aaron Scott is starting to look a lot better. I was probably one of his biggest critics, and I also see our guy Aaron saying free Aaron Scott or something, and then saying play Bryce West, man. And I agree. I do want to see those guys out there. I believe that they should be out there, and I'm glad that they're playing on special teams. But I'll tell you what the difference is. The difference is our wide receivers, Terry McLaurin's, the Paris Campbell's, those type of guys, they were on special teams. They were on special teams. They were the first guys down there. So it was very hard to really get anything when you got your fastest wide receivers on the team getting down there. So I just want to know, are our wide receivers not the fastest guys? Are they not good at playing gunner, or are they not wanting to? Because right now, our gunners are basically what our DBs.
Hey,
I would
Mike,
like to see. Hey, you want to get on the field? If these wide receivers want to get on the field, if Bryson Rodgers want to get on the field, go be a gunner.
hey, Mike,
Go smack somebody.
How do I sound now?
You good?
I looked at my mic saying they were all the way up.
No, it wasn't that.
Oh shoot, it was probably my girl cooking right now.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's what it is. She's making some chicken tacos. But yeah, you're bad. No, but but no, man. I love what I see. Like Aaron Scott, man, on those special teams. That was fun to see. I love seeing guys take pride in the position that they're in. I'm sure that when you do things like that, Mike, those are the type of plays that get you on the field. Speaking of the young guy, saw Devin Sanchez out there.
Mm-hmm.
Really happy to see that. I thought he played well today. What do you think about the coaches?
Before you go away from special teams, man, shout out Jaden Fielding, man.
Yes.
This young man had dealt with issues kicking the ball, and knock on wood, he still has been good, man. So, and then our guy Daniel, I see your comment, man. Let me throw it up here. Jaden Fielding deserves a Buckeye leaf for getting in front of that return, man, and taking that hit. Yeah, agreed, man. Jaden Fielding, I thought he was out there. He did good. I have no issues, man. Our team is out there. I have no real issues with special teams. I think that they look better than they did under Parker Fleming, bro.
That's fair.
I really do. So it's an upgrade. I'm not about to complain. It could be bad. Coaches, I have no issues with our defensive coaches. I have no issues with them. Defense, Matt P looked good. Larry Johnson guys look good. I would say DBs were good. So, Matt G and Tim Walton, they get Buckeye leaves as well. But it's just the offense, man. I mean, if we're gonna play vanilla, we got to be hitting on all cylinders.
Right.
That's the thing, and I know that's one thing that Ryan Day is going to be preaching about execution, things like that. I do want to see Coach Locke get after CJ Donaldson. There's no way that you have watched this kid run high all off season, and you putting him in on 4th and 1 and thinking he gonna get it. That don't make no sense, Coach Locke. I just got to go by one thing that I'm big on is holding coaches accountable to their word, and he is big on saying that. He's big on saying that the running back position he feel is not coached the way it should be, and that they just kind of put any coaches there. Coach Locke, can you look me in my face and tell me on a 4th and short you want your running back to run tall? If you can look me in my face and say that, I shut up. I'll shut up. If that's what you want, I'll shut up. But I'm going to criticize you.
Yeah.
I'll shut up about CJ Donaldson, but I criticize you.
Hey, no one's above reproach. And, we love Coach Locke. And I think that, and I think you would agree with me on this, Mike. He's not just – he's more than just a running back coach. He's a culture guy at Ohio State.
Facts.
But with that being said, you can't do things like that. You can't if we have 4 games of tape. There's 4 games of tape now, and it's clear that when Donaldson's in the game on 4th and 1, it doesn't work well with him in the field or on the field. Just let Bo do it.
Yeah, I want Bo on the 4th. I mean, it was
put Lincoln in the field. Put Lincoln on the field for Q. I don't care. Just don't do that.
No, it was 3rd and 2. What Bo do? Get the first down.
Yep.
I mean, if Bo can get 4th and 2, he damn sure can get 4th and 1. So yeah.
What would you overall grade this game? Or defense?
I give it a B, man. I mean, there's no reason. Here's the thing: people are being harsh. I know earlier someone said that they were given a D. That's too harsh. They play within the game plan. I mean, I understand. If you want to get a coaches a D on the offensive side, I understand that. But our defense did a great job. Good night, Queen. We appreciate you.
Most definitely.
But yeah, man. But there's some games that are going around the Big Ten.
Yeah, let's talk about them before we get out of here. Let's talk about that. It's been a cool day for the Big Ten, actually. It's been a pretty good day. Illinois, I thought a lot of people, when they saw that loss to Indiana, I think a lot of people just because I was streaming on this. I said if that game's played 10 times, that's not happening 9 more times. It's not happening twice. Illinois is a good football team. That's an at worst 8-win football team. And I picked USC to win this game, but I didn't think USC was going to go out here and just demolish them. And I think that I think this shows how competitive, you have your top 3 or 4 teams depending on the year. I think this shows how strong the middle of the Big Ten is right now.
Yeah, it's definitely getting stronger, man. And I mean, while USC improved, a lot of people was expecting that defense to make a significant turnaround. But one thing that you're seeing is these defenses don't make those type of significant turnarounds when you were the way you were. Also, didn't USC fire their strength coach
yes,
as well, like at a weird opportunity at a weird time as well. So I think that in that game you were starting to see it, especially on their defensive line. I believe that USC still has some issues there, and you saw Illinois was able to exploit it. Illinois was also able to exploit them in the passing game as well. So, I mean, USC still has some issues to fix. The young quarterback, he had like 1 interception. I have no issues with that. He still had a good game, threw 364 yards. They had running back basically averaged about 4 yards with 94 yards as well. So, but Makai Lemon, that dude's a beast, man. He's definitely one of the top wide receivers in the Big Ten. I will give them that.
Yeah, he had himself a game. He looked great today. But I will speaking of Makai Lemon, I do want to point this out. What's his nuts? Matt Leinart. You see his tweet?
No.
He said that Makai Lemon is the best wide receiver in the Big Ten.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that happened.
That's clickbait.
By the way, Tennessee right now is on the Mississippi State 44-yard line, 2nd and 10 with 4 seconds to go. The Indiana beats Iowa. And honestly, I won't call it a trap game, Mike, because it's I think if you're a Big Ten school, you know what you're getting when you play Iowa, especially in Kinnick Stadium. But you come off of that, you demolish a top 10 team, right? And then you had to play an Iowa team you can have a letdown game, and they struggled. They struggled, but they got the dub. This Indiana team, I think that's a top 10 team in college football. What do you think about them?
Indiana is definitely a top team, and I think that they are showing that they are. Everybody wanted to say, "Oh, because y'all played nobody last year," I think that they're a top team and they're here to stay. So if you're sleeping on Indiana,
that's so crazy.
Sorry for you. I mean, and we knew Iowa was going to kind of slow them down with their defense, having a better defense than I believe Illinois did. But, I mean, shout out them as well, man. And Iowa doesn't have much of an offense, but I don't think that they did as bad. Yeah, you had a a couple turnover, a couple interceptions from your quarterbacks, but hey, it is what it is.
Did you catch that Notre Dame Arkansas game?
Oh, yeah. My wife said turn it off. She ain't watching it. So
Yeah. Was she an Arkansas fan?
yeah, I mean she's from Arkansas. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you used to live. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
I'll tell you what. Cause I thought that was gonna be. Well, first of all, I did pick the over. I think the over was 59. It was 56-13. So shout out to that. But CJ Carr over there. I mean, Notre Dame. Yeah, I thought that a lot of people wrongly sold their stock on Notre Dame after those two first games. They lost to Texas A&M and Miami by a combined 4 points. That's a good football team.
Yeah, I mean, it's
they're gonna run through their schedule. They're gonna beat USC.
Yeah, it's just funny where like Brett McMurphy was trying to make fun of UCLA when they lost to I think a G5 school, and he was trying to big up the SEC. Then what did Arkansas do? Lose like they're known for losing to G5 schools. So that was just crazy, man. But yeah. Notre Dame bounced back. I will say that the defense looked like it took a step forward this week, because one thing that I was worried about was I was like, Arkansas, I know that their defense isn't good, but their offense is good. But
Right.
I mean, the defense kind of basically suffocated Arkansas, forced turnovers, got stops, and just had their way. So shout out Notre Dame, and hey, we play ball up north. One game that I want to talk to you about though, the Rutgers Minnesota game was one hell of a game, bro.
Loved it. Surprisingly, Rutgers and Minnesota have two. They have pretty good quarterbacks. Like their quarterbacks not bad. They're not bad at all. I thought that was an exciting game to watch. Lindsey for Minnesota, 31 for 41, 324 yards, 3 touchdowns. Really good game. I am shocked that Rutgers can't play defense, though.
Yeah, that has been the shocker this year, that Rutgers has not been able to play defense. But their offense, actually looks like it's better than it has been in previous years. It's just, but I mean, it's shocking. But when you think about what they lost last year, guys who are veterans, they lost a lot of guys, and then they had some of their good players hit the portal as well. So I could, like, when you think about that, yeah, you should be taking a step back. It's sad that Greg Schiano couldn't replace those guys. So they probably got some young guys over there.
Sorry, I was muted. I had my mic, but before we get out of here, you said UCLA, worst team in the Big Ten.
Yeah,
worst team.
At least it's not Northwestern.
It ain't close, bro. That I'm gonna tell you what, man. And this is a discussion, Mike. Me and you can have some other time, and I'm sure we probably definitely will. You know, there's the positives and the negatives about NIL and the portal. And Nico, I am not a believer, is one. He might be one. He's one of my top 5 case studies. Because Tennessee, I know for a fact that Tennessee team is good. I know that team is good.
Yeah.
But your dad said, and TJ Daza, they said that he left Tennessee because they didn't put pieces around him, and other reasons. And you chose to go to UCLA. Talk about a step backwards.
I mean, I think we all saw the BS. And now to me, it just, maybe instead of trying to give all the BS and everything, just say, hey, wanted to be back home, closer to home. It is what it is, man. But yeah, sad situation. I can't see that he's going to be there next year, so he'll probably
that
be
shit ain't
hitting the
sad,
portal
Mike.
again.
It's not sad. You put Mike.
I mean, it's a sad situation for the kid.
You put yourself in this position. You put
He
your son in this
did,
position.
but again, these are young people at that age. I made mistakes where I put myself in that position. Yeah, I had to live with it, but it sucks. And also, you know, like you said about his dad. I mean, you listen to your dad. That's where, you know, who's been guiding you your whole life. He at least got you to Division I football, right? So you put your faith in your dad, and I mean, it kind of screwed you. You know, that's why I say it sucks for him. Like, it does suck for him.
But like Mike, but this is how I feel, right? So like, one of your kids is one of the greatest dancers in the United States, in competitive dancing. One of the greatest in the United States. You would not do that to your kid.
I wouldn't. But I'm not his dad. I'm different.
You ain't lying.
I'm not his dad. Man. So like, that's what I'm saying. It sucks. Like, it sucks that now I spoke about this when NIL came out. Like, it sucks that you're gonna have parents who focus too solely on the money, focus too solely on the short term, and not thinking about the long term, right?
Right.
Because this college money is all short term. It's only setting you up. College, like, this is supposed to be, NIL is supposed to be your allowance, man. Like, yeah, you working this. It's supposed to be, I felt like your allowance, where these kids shouldn't have to want for anything. You know, like, you need a car, you should be able to go get a car. You got bills to pay, you should be able to go do that. But I mean, that's the thing. Another thing is the hunger for the sport. Is it really there? You feel like you made it. They done paid you all this money, the most money I mean, to be honest, these kids ain't never got no check. Your first check, 6 figures.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Well, hey, everybody, before Mike and I get out of here, real quick, just want to give a shout out to all of our members. That being Bootzilla, Kashan Patel, Choi V, Johnny Olden Jr., Rob H, Matthew Miller, the Honorable Jam, Philip Buford, the Rob Farber, Speedman 606, Alabama Richie, Ryan Dawes, Asian Posturine, Open Mike, Stephen Hellwagon, shout out Steve over there, one of the better writers for Ohio State football, and Cleve Mike. Everybody, if you would like to become a member, please hit that join button. Of course, on the bottom right now, scrolling, you can see our tiers. That being the Block O Club. JT wasn't sure because we know he wasn't, and we don't give a damn, and you know the rest. And again, everybody, if you are a current member, if you would like to become a member, please go ahead and do so. And if you do that, hit me up on X at Buck_Gaddy. DM me everything that you guys want to talk about, and throughout the weeks, I'll give segments and 30-minute shows or clips throughout the week, and so we can get those questions in or get what your thoughts out there. Mike, tell me about this upcoming week. What do you think about heading into this game against Minnesota before we get out of here, brother?
Man, Minnesota, you know, we played Minnesota. They're going to come out with all of the stops, all of the tricks. We got to be ready for the misdirection, all of that stuff. We got to be ready for all of that stuff. I mean, it is what it is. And sorry, my kids are having some issues back here or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm looking forward to the game. I just wish that Ryan Day would stop this conservative stuff, but our defense should be fine. I think that they will try to test us throwing the ball a little bit more than what Washington did. So,
well, shoot, Mike, you want to get us out of here, brother?
Hey, man, make sure that you catch Garrison what's that, Tuesday and Thursday, Garrison?
Monday. I did Tuesday this week.
Okay.
I had to because I was
all right, my bad. Catch Garrison every Monday and Thursday at 7 p.m. and you can catch me on Wednesdays at 7:30 p.m. And again, we are always here for the post game directly after the Ohio State game. Make sure you like and subscribe. We appreciate y'all. And with that, we are out of here.